evening. We're starting off the week with some hoops and volleyball action. Hello, I'm Paolo Del Rosario.
Sure, that's your name?
Yeah.
I'm Boom Gonzalez. Kwentong basketball muna tayo sa bakbakan ng PBA Commissioner's Cup.
Well, there are 4 teams left standing in the hunt for the Commissioner's Cup title, and here to help us preview the semifinals round is PBA Rush analyst Coach Mark Molina. Coach, welcome to our new
Welcome to the
setup.
couch.
I like this. Very relaxed.
You want anything to drink?
Kailangan may coffee tayo or something.
Kape. Wala pa tayong coffee table dito. We're looking for sponsors for that, by the way. But, okay, let's go straight at this. Because right now, I want to give credit first to the Phoenix Super LPG Fieldmasters, making it to the semis. I believe in their history, looking at going up against a monster like Magnolia. What can you say first about yung achievement ng Phoenix?
Oh, very impressive. First time, I think, nag-semi-final sila in a conference with imports.
Yes.
So this is the first time they're doing it. First time under Coach Jamaica
Jamaica.
rin. And he has done a fabulous job this conference. Ang ganda also because their import, Jonathan Williams, I think is a perfect fit for what Phoenix wants to do. That's what they lack. They lack a legitimate big-time center, big man who plays both ends of the floor. And that's what Jonathan Williams gives them. And because of that, yeah, umabot sila sa semis.
Coach, bago natin pag-usapan yung magiging matchup nila, how exciting was that quarterfinal matchup? Especially that you told me, remember that the triple overtime thriller, medyo naalangan sila, and then they come back winning both. Tell us about that.
Very exciting. I covered the first game, the triple overtime game. And I really thought going into the series, and it was validated in the first 3 quarters, that Phoenix really had the edge because they had the better import in Williams. And he played the whole conference. So chemistry-wise, lamang talaga si Phoenix. But Meralco came back.
Yeah.
They won triple overtime. I give all the credit to the coaching staff because I mentioned that on air. The job of Coach Jamaica here is to make sure mentally that they are ready for game 2, that they do not get demoralized. Because I still thought they were the better team.
Exactly.
But if you get demoralized in a series like that, short series, 2-game series, patay ka na in game 2.
Inexperienced.
Tama.
And inexperience, a lot of young players, Tyler Teo, Kenneth Tuffin, they rely on a lot of younger players. But it was the opposite because when Game 2 started, lumamang sila agad eh. There were some scary moments in the fourth quarter, but the lead was big enough for them to withstand it. And Jason Perkins was key.
Yes,
he got cramps in Game 1. I think that was the reason why they lost Game 1. There was a no-go-to player on the offensive end. But in Game 2, when they came back, Jason Perkins delivered together with Williams.
Yeah. And of course, sa fourth quarter na yon, they were actually leading by 15, which is also the same margin that they were leading by 15 in Game 1. So buti na lang they held on that time. They held on this time around. So let's now focus on the Magnolia.
Yes.
So fantastic the entire season.
Right. They look good.
They look good.
And
they
they made
very good.
Short work of TNT. Right?
Short work of TNT, and Tyler Bay has also been a match made in heaven by Coach Chito Victorero.
That is correct. Tyler Bay, perfect because they need a big. They need a big center as well because the guard lineup of Magnolia is really so formidable.
Yeah.
And by far, they were the best team, the most consistent all throughout the conference.
I don't know if they're the best.
I don't know if they're the best team right now.
Right.
But the entire conference they were, and we'll get to that later.
Yes.
They were at 9-2.
Oh yes.
And you mentioned the import. This import matchup. Who's got the edge? They're both so good.
They're both so good. I think they're 1-2 in the conference race. Whoever is one is dependent on your opinion already. But they're 1-2. I think they will cancel each other out, which to me will be a bad news for Phoenix.
Yes.
I think Jonathan Williams needs to outplay
Tyler Bay.
Bay for Phoenix to win this series because in terms of local support, lamang talaga tong si Magnolia with Paulie, Baroka, Halalon, and the others. They have so much firepower. The bench of Phoenix medyo kulang.
Yeah.
So I think Jonathan Williams needs to have a fantastic series for them to take this.
Other than him, Pao, if I may interject lang. So, Phoenix, sabi mo nga, dihado sila dito if that's what happens. Who from the locals you think will be key?
Perkins.
Okay.
Perkins needs to be the best local player in this series.
Right.
Yun ang I think he can be. because he has a good combination with Williams.
Yeah.
He can score from the inside and outside. Magnolia doesn't really have a forward who can match up as well, who has the same versatility as Perkins. Maybe Calvin.
yeah.
Maybe Calvin would be. They will try to match up Calvin with him.
Bibigyan daw
a
niya
lot
sa
of
series,
times.
sabi niya.
Yes,
Jokingly.
they're gonna do that for sure. But I think Perkins is younger. Perkins
Yeah.
is a legitimate go-to guy with a lot of offensive
okay.
moves. He needs to be
Okay.
dominant in this series for Phoenix.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next matchup.
Yan.
And I'm going to go out on a limb here by saying, like, on paper, San Miguel are the scariest team in the league right now. Considering yung health situation nila, they're as healthy as can be. And not only that, Benny Boatwright,
Yeah.
the import who came in for
my.
Ivan Aska, has been a monster
my.
for Coach George Gallen.
I'll go beyond that. To me, it's not only on paper. Because all of the games of both, like, they already showed it on court.
Yeah.
To me, on court, they are the favorites already. Because of, I don't think there's any tandem in the league who can match up with Junmar and Benny Boatwright. It's dynamic. They can inside out. Sometimes nasa labas si Junmar, sometimes si Boatwright, who's fantastic with his three-point shooting.
Touch, yeah.
Perfect complement to Junmar. And then kung sino yung binabantayan ng mas maliit, they post him up. Either it's Junmar or it's Boatwright. Maybe Ginebra has the best shot of doing it because they also have size to match up with San Miguel. But they put, after that, they beat you with CJ Perez, and then Terence Romeo comes off the bench together with Toliano, Jericho Cruz. It doesn't end for this team offensively. They scored what, 100? They scored 42 points in the third quarter against what was the last game?
Rain or Shine?
Rain or Shine, who was playing very, very well. Tabla nung halftime eh.
Oo.
And then
And then they just-
third quarter, Rain or Shine didn't play bad at all.
Lumamang nga yung Rain or Shine eh. And
Lumamang
then,
pa.
and then like 40
But
points
they
in
scored
San
42
Miguel.
points in the third quarter, very effortlessly. Terence Romeo comes in, and then
I was just about to say,
just
yeah.
takes over.
Right. Yeah.
And then Jericho, and then without you noticing, best player of the game, Jericho Cruz.
Nasaktan pa.
Hindi mo napansin.
Tama.
Nasaktan pa.
And then wala pa si
Diba?
Don Toliano masyadong ginawa ng last game. That is really an embarrassment of riches
Right.
with Coach George Gallant with his team right now.
And that's
Grabe.
why you said that Magnolia may be the most consistent team all throughout, but they might have the most weapons San Miguel does.
You mentioned also that itong Barangay Ginebra has the best shot at matching up with
Right.
San Miguel because of the size. And in the list that you gave us a while ago in terms of yung key matchups, probably that guy has to be Christian Stan Hardinger to be able to... there's also Japet Aguilar there, but then Christian Stan Hardinger is probably going to be the key guy for Coach Tim Cone if they want to get better of San Miguel.
I think for the first time in a long while, Christian Stan Hardinger can actually be the better player than Junmar Fajardo in this series. And I think he needs to be. Because Junmar is coming off an injury. That's number one. And number two, Christian's been playing fantastic all conference. Now, he's leading in best player of the conference. So to me, before, you just want to neutralize the effects of Jun or maybe limit him a bit. But I really actually think that Christian has a chance to outplay Junmar in this conference, in this series. It's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be an interesting matchup. And if Christian manages to play Junmar one-on-one and contains him one-on-one,
Right.
or contains Benny Boatwright one-on-one, then
Who's averaging
Ginebra-
40,
Who's averaging
and
40.
13 and
Yep.
6 assists?
And shooting from outside. Pero if you're a Barangay Ginebra fan, because we've talked a lot about how strong the lineup of San Miguel is, if you're a Barangay Ginebra fan, what chance do you give them against a San Miguel beer?
Coach Tim Cone.
Yun.
That is their chance. I mean, we mentioned so many players from San Miguel.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
They can go 12, maybe even 14 or 15 deep. Coach Tim Cone will come there and say, I need my 7 or 8 best players. And Ginebra has that. Ginebra has a good 7 or 8 players that can match up with any team in this league. That's the style of Coach Tim Cone. They've won so many championships doing that.
Yeah.
And to me, that's Ginebra's best weapon. They have Tim Cone and they have a team who plays with good chemistry.
Ay, sasabihin ko din sana, yung assistant coaches.
Sama mo na yun.
Oh, pero
Sama
ano
mo na
to?
yun.
Let's not mention that anymore to keep it unbiased. Coach Mark, maraming salamat.
Oh, we're excited.
Can't wait to hear your voice at calling the games again and can't wait to see you soon.
That's right.
Thank you, guys.
And we can't wait for the semifinals to start. In the meantime, after the break, we'll move to the queen of the Sands and now the indoor volleyball scene with the reigning PVL MVP. CC Rondina is here.
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned. You're watching the game. Welcome back to the game. Our second guest tonight needs no introduction. But we'll introduce her anyway in a very unique way. UAP Season 81 Volleyball MVP, national team, couple of bronze medals to the SEA Games, and of course, pabanggit natin, UAP, four-time MVP, four-time beach volleyball champion din, by the way. And now the reigning MVP of the PVL. The list goes on and on. The elusive CC Rondina, pumayag din.
Oh, thank you, CC.
Dito.
Oh, maraming salamat.
Pumayag din si CC. Ito, tawa siya ng tawa.
Oo nga eh.
Salamat,
She's regretting it, okay?
Salamat, malaking bagay sa amin.
Yeah.
Idol, na pumunta ka dito sa show.
Thank you rin.
Okay. Let's talk about you first. Alam na natin yung kwento, the transition from beach to indoor. Obviously, been very successful. You know, even in the Invitational, maganda yung pinakita nyo. Kahit na may mga laro na natalo, came up short, nag-MVP ka. I still wonder, how did you make it look easy? The transition to indoor. Gusto ko talaga malaman yung storya na what did it take from you physically? Parang ilang buwan ka naganda para, or parang pwede kang umamin, natural lang ba talaga? Volleyball sa'yo?
Mahirap po siya.
Okay.
Kasi 4 years po kaming nawala sa
Correct.
indoor. And grabe yung transition ko kasi parang kumuha pa ako ng personal
Trainer.
SNC. I-mention ko si Coach Pao Iscano.
Hello.
Paolo Iscano. So talaga yung yung kinuha kong para sa transition ko sa indoor. And kumuha din ako kasi ng advice. Kumbaga ba, yung mga ginagawa ko is kinuha ko muna yung advice from coaches like si Coach Dolo. Sabi ko, Coach, ano yung gagawin ko para pagbalik ko sa indoor, smooth na lang yung galaw ko. So sabi niya, mag-train ka muna kahit 2 weeks or 1 week sa SNC, like paano tumalo ng vertical. I mean, yung pa-indoor. Kasi sa amin, vertical lang
galawan,
kami.
no?
As in,
Yes.
iba talaga. So, ganun yung ginawa ko. And then, ang hirap, nung nag-indoor na po ako, together with Choco Mucho, like, ang hirap mag-receive, ang talon ko, like, yung talon ko, I mean, naka-under ako pag pumapalo. So, mahirap talaga.
Yeah.
So, inuunti...
Nahirapan ka pa nun, ha?
Inuunti ko po siya. Inuunti-unti ko po siya hanggang nakuha ko siya. And, ayun, yun lang naman talaga yung gusto ko is yung maglaro lang talaga. And, thankful din ako sa mga patience, sa patience ng mga coaches ko kasi dahil sa kanila talaga nailabas din ng maganda yung paglalaro ko sa volleyball.
At what point, masasabi mo na comfortable ka na sa indoor? Because syempre, na-mention mo nga, you used to watch your old highlights eh. Para makita mo kung anong ginagawa mo dati. Pero at what point did you feel na, okay, 100% back ka na sa indoor?
Nung ano po, siguro masasabi ko po kasi siguro nawala lang po talaga yung ano ko, kumpiyansa ko talaga. And nag-admit ako kay Coach Dante na, Coach, patulong naman ako kasi nawawala talaga yung kumpiyansa ko, lalong-lalo na sa receive. Kasi ang hirap, yun talaga yung nahirapan akong ibalik talaga.
At lalo na tina-target
Yeah.
kasi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pero ang ginawa ko po kasi after nung game 1 namin sa Creamline, I mean, yung pinakauna namin game with Creamline, kinabukasan nun, sinabi ko kay Coach Dante na hanggang matapos po yung season, Coach, naka-overload ako sa receive talaga. So, siguro dun din talaga nabalik yung kumpiyansa ko. And coming from my coaches na, ibalik mo lang, wag ka lang mag-overthink, ganito, ganyan. Kasi, sasabihin ko, Coach, ang pangit talaga ng laro ko, ganyan, ganyan. Kahit nakaka-deliver naman ng puntos.
Puntos,
Pero,
yes.
sabi ko, hindi talaga yun. Ako po, ginaganon ko siya
standards
lagi.
mo.
Yeah.
Ginaganon ko talaga yung sinasabi ko kay Coach. And then sabi ko, relax ka lang. May tutulong sa'yo, magpatulong ka lang. So,
Right.
siguro dun din kumpiyansa nakabalik. And tinatawag ko si Coach Dolo, yung coach ko sa beach. Kasi yun talaga yung kasama ko ever since
Matagal na.
college.
Yeah.
And sabi ko, Coach, kasi best libero siya ng UAP eh. So nagpapaturo din ako sa kanya.
Yeah.
Kaya siguro yung mga positive words din nila, yun yung nagtulong sa akin na makabalik talaga. And siguro yung receive ko lang po talaga yung personal na problema ko.
Yung goal mo.
Yeah.
Goal
Yes.
mo.
Yeah.
Yung natin sabihin problema. Yung goal.
Point
goal
for
na-
improvement. Ayun.
Dahil alam nga natin na talagang tatargetin ka ng kalaban. So, Pao, I mean, I just had to ask because it's amazing, you know. I always, obviously, to covering you from college and then beach volleyball, parang I've always been amazed with your athleticism.
Yes.
And it translates back to beach, back to indoor, second conference, MVP, first conference, #1 in scoring, spiking. And yes, sabi mo nga, there are things that you want to work on, obviously, but not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
I mean, like second conference MVP.
MVP
I mean,
agad.
Not bad talaga. Pero you go into all of this and you see yung offensive production mo, pero you're still here criticizing yourself sa pag-receive. You talked about your teammates, but I also want to talk about a former teammate that you now see in the opposite side of the court, itong si Pons. You were with her for so long.
Right.
So long.
At last na nag-guest siya, nandito
Oo.
kayo, kayong tatlo.
Exactly. And how does it feel now seeing her across?
Sabi ko nga po, nung meron kaming TTS nung sa PVL, sabi ko, kung ano man yung nakikita nila kay Pons, and ano man yung, kung baga ba nagre-represent lang kami kung ano yung mga natutunan namin nung nawala kami sa indoor. And ayun, masaya ako sa kanya kasi actually gusto namin magsama.
Yeah.
Pero wala kaming magawa kasi syempre sa release ko kasi kumbaga ba request. So yun yung naging kalabasan.
Sitwasyon.
Sabi ko, sige day, okay lang. Kahit sige magkalaban naman tayo. Like ano muna tayo, maghiwalay naman tayo. And pero lagi ko siyang sinasabihan na tara, magsama na tayo kasi gusto talaga din namin magsama sa indoor, which is naputol yun nung PSL days
PSL
namin.
nyo, PSL. Siya ba okay, so since pinag-usapan natin yung mga struggles mo going back and yung journey mo going back to indoor, ano sinasabi niyo sa'yo? Siya ba nahirapan?
Yeah.
Siya ba naging smooth yung transition niya? Both of you, you make it look so smooth, pero pag nagkikwento siya sa'yo, nagkaroon din ba siya ng struggle?
Oo, kasi na ano din si Pons nahirapan din siya kasi nung after na i-announce na mag-indoor na kami. So naghiwalay na rin, hindi na kami magkasama sa dorm. So ako, sabi ko sa kanya, paano ka parang ibalik yung galaw mo. So dumiretso po siya sa training. So naka-mindset na si Pons. Ako kasi parang mahihirapan talaga ako. And then, pag nagkikita kami, nag-uusap kami, okay naman daw, nagkukumustahan lang kami. And
Sa magandang pinakita niya off the bench. Ibang role, it's a completely different role from yours. Pero she flourished also in her role. Di ba? Diyan sa Creamline.
tsaka ano talaga I mean, ang bilis lang talaga agad naka-adapt ni Pon sa Inder. Ako talaga ang hirap.
Talaga?
Aminado ako na.
Really?
Hirap naman mag-MVP.
Oo nga eh.
Hirap pa siya niyan, Paul.
Oo nga eh. But of course, very short career so far dito sa PBL. Just a couple of conferences. Pero may mga career highlights ka na ba na nakuha in this short amount of time?
2 conferences,
Yeah.
meron na bang nagsa-stand out?
Hindi pa po eh.
Di ba?
Di pa.
Wala pa po.
Marami pang kailangan gawin.
Siguro yun yung ano pa, yung nakapasok yung Chocomucho sa
finals.
finals.
Finals,
Kasi
yeah.
nung pumasok po ako sa Chocomucho, wala po akong ibang ginawa is tumulong, magtrabaho. And sabi ko talaga na sana mag-championship tayo, makapasok tayo. Kasi lagi ko lang naman sinasabi sa kanila, kung hindi ngayon, baka soon,
Next,
ginagalan ko.
Kasi nga,
And naniniwala ko nun.
Yes.
Kasi dati UST, ganun din ako.
ang mentality mo.
Yeah.
So may unfinished business ka. Parang ganun eh, no? From the UST days. I love
Absolutely,
it.
absolutely.
I love
Now,
it.
we're gonna stay here with CC.
Yes.
And don't go away because more conversations with CC when we return. Keep it here. You're watching The Game. Welcome back. You're watching The Game. We're not done yet with our guest. Still with us today is PBL MVP, CC Rondina, here in the studio. Maraming salamat ulit. CC, let's now talk about your team.
Masaya siya.
Oh,
Kasi
masaya
ayaw
siya.
na niya pag-usapan yung sarili niya.
Let's talk about other people. Chocomucho this time around, fresh from a finals appearance, all of a sudden biglang nag-rejigger. Iba na yung lineup, nag-reformat ng konti. First few training sessions together, how would you rate yung team ngayon?
Siyempre po, bumabalik na naman kami sa basic and balik kami sa, yun nga, yung special, yung favorite ko, yung receive nga, basic lang po kami ngayon and conditioning. Kasi fresh from, bakasyon. And, yun lang, yung nagbobond kami together, kinikilala namin yung isa't isa. And, yun lang. Yun lang yung ginagawa namin.
Okay, speaking of bonds, nawala yung kapitan nyo.
Yeah.
Right? And of course, isa pang veterano na si Denise. What are your thoughts on them, not necessarily moving, but losing them and your new teammates?
Siyempre po, actually, nabigla ako yung lumipat. Pero wala rin naman akong, okay lang siguro. It's for, personal naman yun. Kaya wala akong...
Sorry, paano nyo nalaman na aalis sila? Like, nalaman nyo ba after the finals na or did you have an idea before?
Wala po. Ay, ako nung nalaman ko po, nung post na ng official fan page, ay nung page namin.
Okay.
Kaya, syempre nalungkot ako.
Yeah.
Kasi, maganda rin yung napagsamahan namin sa, kay Bea and kay Ate Den. Pero, sabi nga, everything happens for a reason and nire-respeto naman namin yung, yung decision nila.
Yeah.
And, yun nga, kung may nawala, may bago naman.
Pag-usapan natin yan. How are they so far? Your new teammates.
Actually, hindi na po hindi kami nahihirapan, lalong-lalo na ako. Kasi si Ate Bia and si Alba, medyo na kami magkakilala.
Talaga.
Okay.
Si Ate Bia kasi nakasama ko na po siya sa photon dati.
Okay.
Si Alba naman,
Marcy.
so parang, ang bilis lang niyang, ang bilis niya lang ka-close, mabilis lang yung, yung pakikisama.
Kasi Kalug din, Kuwela rin.
Si Ate Royce and si Mian, yun yung medyo kinikilala ko pa.
Royce Tubino, Mian Mendres.
Pero okay, masaya.
Okay,
Like,
good.
Mga kalog din.
Yeah. So, sino na naging, I guess, yung leader figure ng grupo? Since obviously a
Good
few
question.
moves. Sino yung nagiging, I guess, playing the role of a bit more of a captain and the glue person sa grupo ninyo?
Or meron na ba? May kapitan na ba?
Si Maddie po yung...
magiging captain.
Kasi siya naman talaga, like, kahit nung last pa, si Maddie talaga yung namin. Kasi si Bea wala sa loob. So,
Yeah, sa bench, right.
Yeah.
Si Maddie and ako yung
Naglalaro.
nagdadala. Pero ngayon, more of Maddie.
Okay.
And,
Okay. Let's talk about how special this conference was for you. Tinatanong natin, di ba, si Bea at si Denise when we had them, kailan nila nalaman na parang, uy, pwede tayo dumiretso, di ba, after the loss against Creamline nung Game 1, nagtire-diretso kayong 10 wins, and matitindi yung mga tinalo niyo. Obviously, natalo kayo sa Signal nung first game ng semis, pero nag-bounce back kayo with 2 straight wins. Kailan mo ikaw nalaman na parang meron tayong chance sa mag-finals?
Kung maririnig nyo po yung yung mga sinasabi po ng teammates ko, like, kaya naman eh. Yung mga ganun nilang So parang ako naman, alam nila. And alam namin na kaya namin. Kasi kahit ako, nung pagkapasok ko, sabi, ang lalakas ng ang lalakas ng mga tao dito. Hindi lang talaga siguro kapos lang talaga. And
yun na nangyari na invitational. Puro
siguro
kapos yung mga
ngayon,
five set.
I mean nung last, kasi talaga, yung masasabi natin, grit nandun talaga, yung gustong bumawi. Lahat, like, lalong-lalo makikita mo sa mukha nila. And, syempre, pinapangunahan namin, like, ako sabi ko nga sa kanila, papakita ko lang kung paano maglaro, magtrabaho. And, nagbago din talaga kasi yung sistema. Which is si Coach Dante talaga yung pinaka-ugat kung ano yung meron ang Choco Mucho.
Ganda ng word na yun.
I like
Ugat para kay Coach Dante. Tama,
Nung semifinals against Signal, it felt like parang finals atmosphere na diba? Grabe yung
Sobra.
laban ninyo. Winning that, what did that tell you about yung grupo ninyo?
Sabi ko lang, ito na yun. Ito tayo maglaro. Ganito yung mga skills na meron tayo. And siguro din, nagkaisat po talaga kami, lalong-lalo na yung mindset namin na makakapasok tayo. Pilitin natin pumasok. Kung wala mang chance, at least sa sarili natin, pinakita natin na kaya nating lumaban. Pakita natin na kung ano yung mga paghihirap na ginawa natin ng mga past trainings, lahat. Sabi ko lang sa kanila, kaya, as in, kaya talaga. Like, kaya natin, promise. Sinasabi ko lang, pinipilit ko talaga na pakita na kaya natin na umabot. Lalong-lalo na sa mga maririnig ko sa kanila. Sobrang ganda.
At gano'n ang nangyari, umabot kayo sa finals. And as a last question, Sisi, bago ka namin pakawalan, what was the biggest lesson of that finals? Kasi lamang kayo in both games, di ba?
Yeah.
You had, I'm sorry to bring it up. Pansin mo, every time I say it to the players. But there are lessons here, di ba? Sa mga ganong sitwasyon, yung kulang sa panapos or hindi na itapos, what was the biggest lesson for you personally, knowing you had Creamline in 2 games na lamang kayo.
Sa sinabi ko nga po kanina, everything happens for a reason. Siguro di pa po talaga panahon na mabigyan kami ng goal. Pero pagtatrabahuin po namin yan and pagtatrabahuan po namin yan sa mga susunod. Hindi naman po namin yan masasabi agad, pero ipapakita namin yung trabaho para makamit ulit yung ganong goal.
Right.
Exciting. Alam mo, Sisi, first of all, thank you again for coming here in
Yes.
person. Maraming salamat. Alam ko, grabe yung effort for you to come on over and join us. So, really appreciate you. And
Thank you
really
rin
thankful
po.
that you could share everything.
As always,
you.
stay healthy and good
Yes.
luck with this conference.
Salamat po.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
At salamat din for all of you for joining us tonight. I'm Boom Gonzalez.
And ako po si Paulo Del Rosario. This has been The Game.